Hey y'all, and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be viewing the new Pat Mcgrath Skin Fetish foundation. I have a lot to say about this foundation, so let's just get on into it. So if you want to see what my thoughts are, then just please keep on watching. Alright guys, so we're going to be testing out the new Pat Mcgrath foundation that just launched. I am so excited for this foundation. This foundation is probably the most expensive foundation I've ever owned. I believe this guy was $68 and it is 1.18 fluid ounces. Packaging is literally gorgeous, so freaking cute, but this feels nice and luxurious. It's really heavy. When I got in the box from Sephora, I picked it up and I really wasn't expecting for it to be this heavy, but let's just go ahead and open it. You guys can kind of see. Very, very nice. Ooh. The packaging kind of reminds me of Tom Ford a little bit with the top. Let's see if it'll focus. But this is what the bottle looks like. So my skin is already primed. I primed with the Milk Hydro primer. This has been my really go-to lately, and it's a nice gripping primer, so we'll see how that works out with that. But I got it in the shade, what shade did I get this in? Light medium 14. I kind of just like went off of what kind of color match from my previous foundation, so I'm hoping this works. It looks light just by looking at the bottle. This is a pump. This is supposed to be like a luminous buildable coverage. It's supposed to be like a skin-like foundation. So I'm just gonna apply this with my little Technique sponge, and let's just get to bouncing. This is actually a really, really nice match. I honestly thought that I was gonna have to go up a shade, but I think if I went up a shade, it was gonna be probably a little orange. I'm not sure if this foundation oxidizes or not, but I will do half my face so you guys can kind of see what type of coverage it is. We're just half of the face. I have this like third eye coming through right here, so please ignore that. I think it's from my hat, even though my hat kind of goes right here from running, but I've been getting like a lot of like pimples right here, and I just finished that time of the month, so I think we just have a few leftover situations that need to go away. But so far it looks really, really nice. I can see where it looks luminous. I'm really liking this. I honestly didn't want to like it because it's like almost like a $70 bottle of foundation. So everything is nice and blended. It looks really good. I'm hoping the camera can pick up everything, but the coverage looks really nice. So I'll give you guys what this side of my face looks like. So this side of my face has nothing on it. It literally just has primer and my moisturizer. And then this side of my face has the foundation. I mean, there's a really big difference. I mean, I do have some redness right here. I'm hoping that the camera can pick it up. I'm sorry for my nail. Sorry, we're gonna fix that tomorrow. But I do have some redness right in here. So on this side, it covered it up pretty nicely. As it's kind of setting in, it has almost like a slight, it still has the luminous peeking through, but it's kind of going into this like soft, like I don't want to even say matte, but a very like soft satin finish. But it looks really nice. But like I said, this is like a really like perfect shade for me. Like it's the perfect match. Honestly, this finish kind of reminds me of the L'Oreal foundation. I don't know why, but like the way it looks on my skin, like it just reminds me of it. Like the obviously they're not the same formulas, but they look very similar, like how it is on my skin. Do we have a dupeler? I'm still seeing a tiny bit of redness peeking through on this little pimple that I have right here, but everything else, like obviously like my redness is pretty much covered here. Like I said, the only redness I see is just a tiny bit right there. But other than that, like I mean, it looks pretty good. So this side of my face has had a minute to settle down and everything like that. So overall, like, it looks really nice. I'm telling y'all, like, this really does remind me of the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh 24-Hour Foundation. I don't know why, but it really reminds me of it. But overall, guys, I will say I'm not like blown away. I will say I do really enjoy the luminosity that I'm getting from this foundation. It hasn't really gotten into any lines yet, really, right here. Most of the time the foundation, usually like before I set it, it gets right into here. Hasn't gotten weird around like my nose area or my chin. Honestly, I'm like, I don't know, like, it's really, this coverage and the way it's sitting on my face, it's reminding me of the L'Oreal foundation a crap ton. Like, I'm almost like want to take off half my face just so I can see how this looks next to it. And I think just because the reason why it reminds me of it, because this has SPF in it, so it does give you like a little bit of that luminosity towards your skin. I'm not wearing like a luminous primer. I mean, I'm wearing a gripping primer, but most of the time it doesn't give me a lot of luminosity. But this is just basically just from the foundation itself. Do I think it's really worth the $68? No, honestly, guys, save your money and get the L'Oreal foundation. Like, I don't know, I'm having this like aha moment right now. Like, I really am. I thought that this foundation was just gonna like blow my mind because I spent like a shit ton of money on it, and I actually wanted to buy the package from Pat Mcgrath. It was like the little, it came with a foundation, it came with the setting powder, a primer, and I think a brush. I think it was like $150. Just the foundation itself is like $60, so I figure like, why not spend like a little bit more and you get like try the primer and stuff like that. But I'm kind of glad that I just got the foundation, just because it's given me a lot of the L'Oreal, the new L'Oreal foundation. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop off camera real quick. I'm just gonna put my concealer, you know, all that good stuff, and I'll come back and kind of give you guys my final thoughts, see how it mixes with the concealer that I'm using, powder and stuff like that. But I'll give you guys my final thoughts at the end. Alright guys, so I am back. So far everything is looking really nice. No foundation has really gotten into my smile lines or anything like that. Overall it looks very nice. Powder set on a really nice. I would say the only thing that was kind of weird was my concealer. It seemed like it didn't want to like blend together. Like I had a hard time blending, and I'm using the new Makeup Forever setting concealer. So that is the only thing that I will say that was kind of giving me some issues. One of the main things that I talked about earlier was that the finish reminded me of the L'Oreal foundation. Now sitting here and really seeing everything kind of like sitting into my skin, I really do feel like it does. In my opinion, I think that of course it's not a dupe for a formula, but I feel like it is a dupe of the way the texture and the way it's sitting on my skin. And like we were saying earlier, this foundation, it has given nice, very pretty luminous to the skin. The second thing, the price. Now this foundation is a hefty price, $68. Whew. That is a lot of monies. But like I said, the bottle really reminds me of Tom Ford. I don't know why, it just gives me like that very like luxe. It's very heavy. This will look very pretty with sitting on top of the vanity and stuff like that. But overall, do I think that you need to drop what you're doing and spend your hard-earned money on this foundation? No. Honestly, save some money and pick up the L'Oreal foundation. I'm honestly not like blown away. I don't know why I thought that. I've never used Pat Mcgrath's products before. Honestly, I only have one lipstick from her collection. I don't have any of her eyeshadows. I don't have anything else from her. So I was really like had like a high expectations from this foundation. I really think that if you are wanting to splurge, and if you really do like Pat Mcgrath and you do like, she has amazing eyeshadow formulas. I want to get I think it's the Mothership palette. It's really pretty, but it's very expensive. But overall the foundation was really nice. I don't think it's worth the price. To me, it's sitting on my skin. I don't think it, to me, it doesn't feel like a $70 foundation that's sitting on my skin, if that makes sense. I don't know, I think just with how the drugstore and even like prestige brands, how they're coming up with all these great foundations. And I just felt like in my head, I was thinking like, oh my God, like this is gonna be amazing. I'm gonna be like mind blown. It's gonna be like the best foundation ever. And honestly, I don't know, I guess maybe I shouldn't have my standards up really high, but I really did because of this foundation, because of the price tag behind it. as a consumer, like we want the best of the best and we want our money to go long. So honestly, like I said, I just feel that my money wasn't really worth it for this purchase. I feel like really bad saying that, like not bad, but like I feel like I should have been like, oh my god, like y'all, like this is like the best foundation, y'all need to go try it, like you need it, your mom need it, your grandma need it, your auntie need it, your sister need it, you know, everybody needs it. So in my opinion, I mean maybe others can feel different and they're like, oh my god, like how dare you, like I said, in my opinion, you know, to each their own. I really do feel like the L'Oreal foundation is very well comparable to the new Pat Mcgrath. Tell me what you guys think. Have anyone has tried out the new Pat Mcgrath foundations? I haven't seen anyone's review because I don't want to have like, I don't want to say like biased or have like my thoughts be changed because someone else said it, like, oh my gosh, it's so good, like it's this and this and that and da 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 da. But honestly, like I don't know, like I think I'm just so used to just not paying a lot of money for foundation. I think like the most I've ever spent was Hourglass, and I want to say that was like $50 something, and this is just like probably like 10 or 15 more dollars more than that one. Like I said, this is the most foundation that I've ever owned, that I have ever bought. So sorry, Pat Mcgrath. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I hope you guys enjoyed this review. But that completes today's video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Also give this video a big thumbs up, and I'll catch y'all in my next video. Bye guys.